No, but I said people are coming in now at 7. It's hot. He said that. One commercial, I wanted to see that. I want it.
Will everybody please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Education, Mr. DeGranbury, our superintendent, faculty, staff, and administration, and most importantly tonight, on behalf of our senior class, I'm honored to welcome you to our 2000 commencement exercises. We started a new millennium, and we started that new millennium with an outstanding class. This has been an exceptional group of young men and women. They have indeed set the example for their underclassmen. They have had the highest percentage of attendance nearly every month of this school year. They have had the highest percentage of any class on the honor roll, on the high honor list. As you will hear tonight, we have a very high percentage of Regents diplomas. They have individual members of the class who have received high honors in music, in art, and in sports. They're an all-around class. And also of great importance, they are just nice kids who are fun to be around. We love them and will truly miss them. However, the piece of paper that they'll get tonight will open doors for them for the rest of their lives. All of those seated in the audience, your family and friends, and all of us in the NCCS family, wish you the very best as you take your step forward into the next phase of your lives. Congratulations on a job well done. Pleasure of introducing the first speaker of the evening. Haley Desuro is the daughter of Robert and Patricia Desuro of Champlain. Academic success is not something new for Haley. She was an A student throughout her elementary years at St. Mary's Academy and continued to be a 90s+ student in junior high and high school. Now, academics is not her only interest. She was a 4-year participant in Harvard Model United Nations and a 3-year member of the National Honor Society. She played soccer and basketball 4 years, being a member of the soccer and basketball team that went to the state Final Four. She was also on the track and field team for 2 years. Among some of her other activities were French Club, hospice, Mission Center, and nursing home volunteer. She is a member of the Student Council, class president, and finds time to have a part-time job. You'll always see Haley with a warm, friendly smile. She's just an all-around nice person. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our class salutatorian, Haley Desuro.
everyone. I'd like to welcome Mr. Nabokchik, Mr. Miller, Mrs. Looker, Mrs. Gagnon, Mrs. Brassard, Mr. DeGrapery, Mr. Gallagher, and Mr. Musso. Friends, family, and seniors. Before I begin, I think we need to take a moment to relax, take that deep breath, and a huge sigh of relief. Get all those graduation nerves out of us. I'd like to compare the process of reaching graduation to another life activity. Imagine ourselves on the bottom of a majestic mountain. We are standing still, gazing up at the amazing height of this peak. This is the very peak that we wish to reach. We are all alone, with no guide or set of directions. We only carry one bag, filled with our essentials to support our demanding travel. Without a map to guide our hike, we will have to find our own way to this mountain. We know that it will take our own knowledge and strength to make our way to the very peak. We are forced to trust our judgment and follow our instincts. We feel both scared and frightened. We are unaware of the upcoming struggles and obstacles that we'll face on our journey. If and when a wild animal appears, we know not to run, but to stand still and show our courage. This will cause the animal to run and turn away. And by doing that, we prove to ourselves that we can overpower any obstacle or barrier in our path. While we're making our way to the very top, once in a while, we'll need help from the essential goods in our bag. We'll need that water and food to support our demanding hike. Sometimes we just need that extra assistance to give us a boost and keep us on our way to the peak. Like any journey in life, this hike has setbacks that will slow our way to the top. We might injure ourselves or be caused harm that will force us to take a step back. We must keep in mind that very peak and our goal to reach it. We must remember how far we've come and recall all the effort that we've put in. We need to find our individual strength to take that step back and move forward with our goal. As the top nears, we can't become overwhelmed with all the excitement. We must stay focused and make wise decisions. We can't do something foolish that will risk our chance of reaching this peak. As we're in eyesight of the top, we can be proud for achieving this self-enduring accomplishment. We've made it to the top with our own judgments and instincts. We've had only one bag of necessities to help us along. Yet overall, we've reached that peak with our own individual strength. It's taken our own courage to overcome the obstacles and setbacks along the way, but we made it on our own. See, climbing that mountain and reaching that very peak is what we have done here today. We've taken that similar journey through our school years, starting at the very bottom of kindergarten. We've worked our way through each step, each grade, to reach this graduation. We've become older and wiser through our hard work and determination. At some point in our school years, we felt lost, distorted, and confused. There hasn't always been that person or thing to direct us in the right path. We've had to follow our own instincts and make our own judgments many times. May not have always been the right choice, yet we've learned to deal with these mistakes and to move on. Just like in that mountain climb, each senior year has once needed guidance or assistance to help them along. The hiking bag filled with the water and food are symbolic of the very people who have supported us throughout school. We've also had our obstacles and setbacks along the way. If it was that bad test grade, or that confusing homework, or that poor project, we weren't able to stop and turn back. We had to take that step back, refocus, and move forward. During these past couple weeks leading up to graduation, we've had to remain focused and alert. Just like in that mountain hike, we couldn't have allowed ourselves to be overwhelmed and fall behind. We've had to work harder to reach this peak of graduation. Now to the seniors. As we make our way through the real world, don't forget about our teachers and faculty who have helped us along the way. These people have made it their life's work to educate and fill our minds with knowledge to survive in life. Their help and guidance have made each one of us more intelligent and enlightened. Now think of your family and friends. These are the people who brought us into the world and who have supported us from day one. They have backed our decisions and trusted our judgment. They've encouraged us to follow our dreams no matter how life has treated us. And finally, as we sit here, we must not forget who we are and what qualities we each possess. We must look around these familiar faces of our friends and classmates. These are the very people we share a common bond with. We shared many great moments together. We've held each other's hands through good and bad. Together, we have experienced many aspects of high school. And these experiences will carry us through life and make our road to success even more meaningful. We each stand here tonight on our peak of graduation. We look ahead to many peaks that lie before us. These are the many challenges that we will have to overcome throughout life. However, we have proven that we can climb any mountain and reach any height, just as we have done here tonight. In closing, I'd like to read a poem entitled Leaving by Elliott. Open your arms to change, but please don't lose yourself. You are what makes you who you are in sickness and in health. A friendly atmosphere has made you who you are to be. Your character is in charge and will control your destiny. You'll go someplace you've never gone. You'll make your mark again. You will reset your standards and sure will make new friends. As soon as today is yesterday, your heart will always give. I hope you won't regret today, because your future longs to live. If our paths don't cross again, I won't forget this day. Because I'm afraid of change, I'm scared to shift my ways. My eyes will see things they've never seen, but I've always been here. The time that counts, your moment's gone, will teach me not to fear. You'll look upon your life and see familiar grounds. You'll hear the call of memories and recognize the sound. All the lives you change will make stars disappear. And as you settle down, you'll realize you never left here. Thank you.
song that was just done was written by two of our own students, senior Robert Gay and Colin Desuro. I'm honored to introduce to you our class of 2000 valedictorian, Matthew Bernard. Matt is a first for us here at NCCS. For many years, we have had Vermont students attending NCCS. Matt is our first Vermont student to be class valedictorian. He came to us by way of Colchester School District, specifically Mallett's Bay School. He entered NCCS in the 7th grade, where he continued his record of academic excellence started in elementary school. Matt has had an outstanding high school career. He's a 3-year member of the National Honor Society. He was a 3-year participant in the Voice of Democracy speech contest sponsored by the Veterans of Foreign War. 2 years he won that competition. He's had 3 years of perfect attendance, served 4 years as a peer tutor. He was elected to Who's Who among American high school students and was a winner of a National Service Award and a National Science Merit Award. Matt was a 4-year participant in track and field and placed 5th in the New York State Championships. He served as a volunteer with the National Guard during the ice storm of '98. He has worked all 4 years of high school at part-time jobs. He's been one busy young man. Matt lives with his mother, Jeannie Myers, in Isle Lamont, Vermont. I present to you our class valedictorian, Matthew Bernard.
I can honestly say after Haley was done her speech, I was kind of relieved when I remembered the band and the chorus still had to go. But after that, I never really know how to start a speech. And learning from the mistakes that I made in the 8th grade graduation, I now know. And just as Haley did, I'd like to start by thanking Mr. Musso, Mr. de Grand Prix, and our board members. You've played very vital roles in making our educational experience as effective and productive, and yet at the same time as interesting and resourceful as possible. The numerous ways in which you have helped us and aided us in our time here cannot be recounted too quickly, and thus once again for all you have done, I thank you. And now for those who have made today meaningful. It seems rather funny, this is only the beginning of my speech, and yet I'm thanking an awful lot, but I'm going to do it again. I want to thank each of you on this stage for being who you are. I can proudly say that these personalities that you have brought with you every day have helped shape me into the person that I am, just as I'm sure that each of us has helped shape you. And as I look back, even to our junior high days, which surprisingly enough don't seem like they're that far away, one thing came to mind, and I pictured a Mobius strip. And I know a lot of you in here are probably thinking, what the heck is a Mobius strip? And it was this creation by an artist, my favorite artist of mine, called NCCS. And it's this strange shape, and it twists, turns, loops, and flips, but it neither begins nor ends. Together, I believe we have created our own strip. Throughout these past years, we've grown physically and mentally. We have developed new ways of thinking, new beliefs, attitudes, values, personalities, and ideals. As we have grown, we have consciously as well as unconsciously spread these personal aspects throughout each other, ultimately shaping one another into the people here on this stage. It was much like a circle of sculptures, each learning a new technique and molding the one before him. I can say that I am proud to be a link in this Mobius strip. And this strip has created a bond that shall never be overcome, for a Mobius strip does not end. The distance between links only becomes greater. We We are each now eternally entwined as we part for separate ways. Now I too thought of a little analogy, although like Haley's with her Mystic Mountain, I thought of a quote that said, "Out after 12 years and now in for life." My analogy sounds more like a reference to prison, which some of us may have felt fitting from time to time. However, I think it is an adequate interpretation of our situation. For 12 years, we've been part of an institution, an educational institution. And much like a prisoner whose sentence is run up, we are now receiving a gift of which no gift could be greater, the world. Robert Kennedy said that few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of this generation. This generation, this new millennium, has been given a gift. It has been given us. We are the future. As we now prepare to go different ways, which may lead us apart forever, or merely some short moment of time, remember always that each one of us is here and will still be with us, even when we are all alone. For as I have been very inarticulately trying to say, Edwin Markham has beautifully stated, as there is a destiny that makes us brothers, none goes his way alone. All that we send into the lives of others comes back onto our own. We are each a product of this motley congregation known as the Class of 2000. The education we have received here, as well as the characteristics we have bestowed upon each other, has given us boundless power. We are the types of people that 500 years ago legends were made about. We are unconquerable. Each one of us possesses the ability, if only nurtured by the desire, to be the greatest human to have ever walked the earth. I'm not going to tell you to go out and take a chance at becoming the person who cures all disease, who finds a way to feed all the hungry of the world, or who perfects the automobile engine that runs on water and clears up most of the world's global pollution, or whatever your dreams are. I'm not going to do this because I'm not going to tell you to take a chance. As the philosopher Voltaire said, chance is a word void of sense. Nothing can exist without a cause. Chance is non-existent. The only thing that can prevent each one of you from achieving what is most treasured within your heart is a lack of determination and dedication. Go, use the ability, the power that we have gained here, and do the impossible. Conquer the inconquerable. Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, "The mode by which the inevitable comes to pass is effort." We must each realize that if we only try, yet try our hardest, all that we may wish shall come true. It is only a matter of time. I truly believe that each of us here has some locked away desire, some longing just waiting to be unleashed. If we are willing to turn our desire to effort, our desire will turn also to fortune. It was Appius Claudius who said, "Every man is the architect of his own fortune." This quote is rather similar to the adage that we've all heard, "Life is what you make it." And being here all these years, I have seen and known all of you at one point in your life or another to have made some critical decision, some important choice to do just that, make life bend and shape it to your will. I strongly believe that each of you can continue to do so. You have all worked to get here, and upon this reaching point, you all now deserve the future. May it be exactly as you hope. By now, you're probably all sick of this endless praise. For those of you who are, it's almost done. I would, however, like to quote two more individuals. First, Admiral William Housley once said, "There aren't any great men. There are just great challenges that ordinary men like you and me are forced by circumstance to meet." May you all surmount these obstacles when they appear, and live to become an individual that Maxwell Anderson spoke of when he said, "There are some men who lift the age that they inhabit, until all men walk on higher ground in that lifetime." While I wish you all the best of luck in times, sometimes it seems that we lose direction and may feel despair and disappointment, but I wish only to say that these feelings are only temporary. Remember always that each of you is strong and no obstacle can deter you long. You all have goals that you must reach, and in achieving that goal, I would like to close with this poem that I believe sums up this thought. I ask you to remember this poem when it seems life is getting rather hard. Our world is round, and if you walk, you will get there. Take slow steps and smell the roses, socialize and assume poses. But walk and you will get there because our world is round. Speed along, but in the wrong direction, going too fast away from your objective. You regret, but our world is round, and if you keep walking, you will get there. The years go by and you lament for not having done what you had meant, but nevertheless you had striven, and now you are where you wanted to be because you have walked, and our world is round. Best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Last year it was decided that one of the current teachers here at Northeastern would speak at the graduation. The process of choosing this teacher is based on the opinions of us, the seniors. We choose a teacher that we feel has had the most influence on us throughout high school. This is a teacher who is just not an educator or an faculty member, but also a caring person. We choose this person who we can relate to, we can turn to, who we can trust our lives with. This teacher proves to us on a daily basis how influential his profession and dedication is on our lives. This person reinforced the definition of a teacher. This year, Mr. Gallagher has been chosen as our speaker here tonight. Mr. Gallagher is an art teacher, as well as a tennis coach, prom advisor, film club advisor, and leader of many more activities. We first became acquainted with Mr. Gallagher in 9th grade during his art class. Since then, he's always kept his door wide open, literally many times, for each of us to go to him for guidance or assistance. He's always willing to give advice or lend a helping hand. Last year, Mr. Gallagher proved to each of us how dedicated and talented he really was. He accepted our offer to be prom advisor, only a few months from the month of May. Despite no experience of this before and many deadlines to meet, Mr. Gallagher still came through for us. His art talent, good nature, and ability to cooperate with us, the students, combined to make the most beautiful and special night of our high school lives. Mr. Gallagher has all the qualities that we feel are needed in an excellent teacher. And that is why he has been chosen to speak at our special night. I am honored to welcome one of the greatest teachers and most caring person I know, Mr. Gallagher.
I told these guys that I was going to come out here tonight and say, class of 2000 rules, thank you, good night. And they were so excited because they thought that's all I was going to say. And they want to get out of here. I want to kick off their weekend, start their lives as high school graduates, and I can't really say that I blame them. But I do have a couple things that I want to say before we unleash them upon the world. And I want to start by saying thank you to Haley for that wonderful introduction. She told me I was going to like it, but I actually found myself sitting there on the verge of actually believing some of it. She's that good. Even though I know better. And it's so enjoyable to be around such nice, polite students. It makes it such a pleasure to do things with them and for them. And I know that it's been true with the other teachers that they've had over the years, that they've always made us feel very appreciated. And in fact, one of the teachers, Mr. Bono, came up to me today and he said, and set me aside, and he said, I know that you have a lot to talk about, and if you go longer than 10 minutes, they'll probably unplug the cord on you. But please make a point of telling this class what an exceptional group they are. How much having them here has meant to all of us, and how optimistic we are about their futures. And it's not really surprising that there are so many teachers and faculty members here who feel so strongly about this class. They are one of the most impressive, one of the most intelligent, hardworking, forthright, and friendly groups of people it's ever been my pleasure to be associated with. When you you consider their academic success and the fact that they have the highest grade point average and the highest percentage of students on the honor roll here, you have to keep in mind that some of their classes are actually college-level classes. And when you think about their attendance rate, I mean, these are seniors. It seems kind of amazing to me that the senior class has such a high attendance rate compared with other classes that are truly exceptional. And I don't know that they necessarily find their classes more fun than the other classes, but it's certainly related to their academic success, and I think it's indicative of their work ethic. A great number of these students have been a part of sports teams throughout one or more, or several sports teams during their 4 years here. Almost as many have been a part of championship teams while they were here at Northeastern. We've had teams making the state finals, we've had state all-stars, area all-stars, league MVPs, and certainly a greater number of athletes who have proven themselves to be leaders on their team through their commitment and their dedication, regardless of their level of individual recognition. They've proven themselves to be leaders in other extracurricular activities, student council, future teachers, future builders, Key Club, film club, yearbook, Harvard UM. Some of these students have been a part of very prestigious musical competitions and presentations, area all-state, all-state. They've been a part of unforgettable theatrical and musical productions on stages as varied as Epcot Center, Carnegie Hall, and right here in the Buckmore Auditorium. They've demonstrated their skills in the visual arts by winning scholarships and awards at very competitive area and regional art shows. And this class also has the somewhat underrated ability to make a teacher feel like a friend. Now, they're teachers, we are not their friends, it's not the same. And yet the ability to treat a teacher like a friend and still be respectful of that teacher's professionalism and position and role says a lot about their maturity. And it's really finding that balance in the relationship that teachers strive for. I believe it's what keeps teachers in teaching, because sometimes the curriculum, after you've been teaching for 10 or 12 or 15 years, can get a little bit dry. Even for us, you guys are not the only ones who are bored during my art history lectures, believe me. But it's the relationship with the students that keep it exciting. And when I was told that I was going to have this amazing opportunity to speak tonight to this accomplished and remarkable class, my first reaction was that this is literally one of the biggest honors of my entire life. Certainly in my professional life. And my second reaction was, I have got to get out of this somehow. Because I panicked. And it's even tougher having to follow up some of the speeches that we've heard tonight. And I went to other teachers looking for advice, and I said, well, maybe I should make some jokes and try and be funny. And some of them seemed to think that that was a good idea. And I said, well, maybe I should be basically serious. And some of them thought that that was a good idea. And finally I decided that I was just going to be myself. And none of them thought that that was a good idea. They said, Dan, there's a time to be yourself, and it's not in front of other people. So, but they did have some advice for me. They said, of course, talk about the future, talk about the new millennium, talk about the old millennium, talk about building a bridge from the old millennium to the new millennium, talk about the memories, talk about the junior prom. Do not talk about the junior prom parties. Parents don't want to know about it. The seniors, half of them will never forget it, and the other half didn't remember the next day, so we're not even So finally I said, I'm going to go to the seniors. This is for them. I want some input from them. And they were very helpful because they all said the same thing. They said, Mrs. G, if you just keep it short, we don't care what you say. We're not going to be listening anyway. But I thought, of course, I'm a teacher, they're teenagers. What made me think that they were going to pay attention to anything that I had to say? It's kind of liberating when your audience isn't listening to you. So the key, apparently, is to keep it short. I thought, I can do that. And they're looking at me right now, and they're saying, I don't think you can. We thought you could, that's why we picked you. And I apologize if I am a little long-winded, but in my defense, I've come to the realization that this is my last opportunity to talk to all of them. And I'm a little reluctant to give that up. This is my last and best chance to tell them how much having them here and getting to know them over the past 4 years has meant to all of us here at Northeastern, and how proud of this group we are. And I feel sort of like a parent who's willing to talk your ear off about their own kids and every little nuance of their personality and every anecdote and every achievement. And while I'm not a parent to any of these students, I do feel a connection with them, which always makes it a pleasure to talk about them. However, I will make an attempt to rein myself in. I do feel it's somewhat traditional for the commencement speaker to say something about the future. Unfortunately, I don't know what the future has in store any more than they do. I do know that there are opportunities and avenues open to them that didn't even exist when I was getting out of high school. A few years from now, some of them are getting out of college, new opportunities will come up that they couldn't dream of right now. The world is changing constantly, dramatically, needless to say, with the one constant being that for any generation, opportunity is only limited by the ambition and the imagination of the individual. They say that opportunity knocks just once. I think it's closer to the truth, unfortunately, to say that sometimes opportunity does not knock at all. And the difference between people who live lives of quiet desperation and people who reach a station in life that they find exciting and rewarding is the willingness to go and knock on opportunity's door. Knock down opportunity's door if that's what it takes, rather than wait for the knock on the door to come to them. A lot of people are afraid of the future because it is so uncertain. I personally find a great deal of comfort in the knowledge that a big part of our future lies directly in the hands of the class of 2000. And I think that if what we see before us on the stage tonight is a glimpse of the future, that we have a lot to be optimistic about. My wish for their future is that they find, among other things, a career that I find as rewarding as the one that I've picked. And it's a feeling of reward that is due in no small part to being around people like themselves. I feel also a certain responsibility to try to impart some words of wisdom or advice to this graduating class. And if I had any wisdom whatsoever, that's exactly what I would do right now. But I think the closest that I can come to accomplishing that is to speak in terms of something that I know, which is art, and tell you that you have to have art in your life. In fact, I would say that the quality of your life is in direct proportion to how much art there is in it. Now, I don't mean to imply that you have to know about Picasso's Blue Period or that you have good watercolors to be happy. It doesn't hurt, but you don't have to. But for the visual arts, art is the difference between making a nice picture that looks like what it's supposed to look like and the creation of an image that affects the viewer, intellectually or emotionally or psychologically. And it's very rare, and it's very difficult to be able to do that, but it's the ultimate goal of every artist, to create something that changes the viewer. And the achievement of that goal exists in one form or another in virtually every aspect of life. Imagine if Shakespeare's Hamlet had said, I don't know if I want to live or not anymore. This is what I keep asking myself. Well, I suppose you would have understood what he was talking about, but that's not really art. That's not really memorable. Instead, what Shakespeare wrote was to be or not to be. That is the question. And as a result of writing that, Hamlet is quoted 400 years after it was written. That's memorable. That's what art is. In music, art is the difference between noise that just has rhythm and being part of a performance that can actually elevate and inspire an audience. In athletics, art is the difference between doing whatever the coach makes you do and doing whatever additional conditioning or practice is required for you to reach your own standard. It's the realization that your true potential is greater than what other people are expecting of you. It's the realization that the team achievement is more important than individual recognition. And it's the realization that character and leadership is established more through a demonstration of who you are than through your skill. In academics, art is the difference between doing enough to get by and doing whatever it takes to reach a level of expertise and mastery that you thought was unattainable, to reach the honorable or high honors or highest honors, when people around you are content just to pass the course. Art is the difference between doing enough to get by and doing something with passion and purpose and style. One thing I know about this class is that they have style. Art is the difference between existing and succeeding. And as you continue after the day and you strive for success, I hope that you keep in mind that success is not something that comes after high school or college graduation. It's not something that comes after you've landed that great job or you paid for the house. Success is ongoing and it's elusive, but you've already established yourselves as successes through your achievements in arts and athletics and academics, through the extracurricular activities that you've been a part of, through the lives that you've touched and the memories that you've shared. Whatever life offers you, demand more challenge, more excitement, more control, more opportunities for self-expression. Demand more. You're entitled to more and you're capable of more. Remember that your life is a work of art in the making, and the only way for you not to succeed is if you stop pushing yourself. There are an infinite number of ways to succeed in life, and there's only one way to fail, and that's to fall short of your remarkable potential. And your potential is considerable, so you do have your work cut out for you. And as I finish today, and I apologize for speaking as long as I have, but I hope that if you remember one thing that I say today, what I want to say more than anything else in this class is thank you for the memories, for the laughs, for the smiles in the hallway, for turning the art room into the senior lounge. Thank you for the nights leading to and the night of the junior prom. Thank you for not giving me a hard time about ordering 2 glasses for every guest at the junior prom, because an art teacher can't be expected to count or multiply or anything like that. Thank you for having me here today and giving me this wonderful opportunity. And most of all, thank you for letting all of us here at Northeastern be a part of your lives and your successes over the course of the past 4 years. You will be missed more than you know, more than any speech I make could possibly indicate. And as the years go by and you find yourself thinking about us poor fools who are left behind here at Northeastern and wondering what we're doing, what we're thinking, I know as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the class of 2000, my first thoughts will always be, wish you were here. Take care of yourselves and each other, and again, thank you for everything that you give to all of us here.
Now for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, I'm pleased to present to you our graduating class, Northeastern Clinton Central School. I'll call out their names. Mr. DeGrampry will call out the awards that they have received, and they will be given their high school diploma by Mr. Steve Novacek, our board president, and some of them are fortunate enough to be given their high school diploma by their parents, who are members of the Board of Education.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and graduates. As the superintendent of schools, I take enormous pride in being in the company of our graduates this evening. I'd like to congratulate each of our graduates, and also congratulate parents and grandparents, teachers and administrators, and all others who have contributed to the development and the success of the members of the class of 2000. A challenge to each of our graduates. Stretch yourselves to the very limit of your abilities in the interest not only of yourself, but your family, your community, and our nation. Good luck to each of you, and to each and every one of you. We are very, very proud of you. Now, Mr. Musso.
Christy Lynn Favreau.
Regents Diploma, Rouse's Point Alumni Award.
Ashley Margaret Akey.
High School Diploma, Northeastern Clinton Central School Health Careers Club Award.
Colin Kenneth Allen.
High School Diploma, Civil Service Employees Association Scholarship.
Jason Robert Angtil.
High School Diploma.
Jennifer Marie Angtil.
High School Diploma.
Ryan Bruce Angtil.
High School Diploma.
Jared Anthony Ashline.
Regents Diploma.
Amy Lynn Babby.
Regents Diploma, Northeastern Clinton Central School Teachers Association Scholarship, the April LaValle Memorial Scholarship.
Katie Ann Barcombe.
High School Diploma, Jason Rushford Memorial Award, First Presbyterian Church Scholarship, the Ruth Edgerton Memorial Scholarship.
John Lee Berry.
Regents Diploma, the Arthur Atwood Scholarship.
Stacy Lawrence Bedard.
High School Diploma.
Matthew Joseph Bernard.
Regents Diploma, Vermont Honor Scholarship, the Second Lieutenant Robert F. Moore Memorial Scholarship, and the Rouse's Point Champlain Kiwanis Club Scholarship.
Carrie Ann Bushy.
High School Diploma,
Robert James Camara.
High School Diploma,
Jessica Ovea Campbell.
High School Diploma,
Carrie Lynn Rabideau.
Regents Diploma.
Michael James Hamlin.
High School Diploma.
Shauna Lynn Carden.
Regents Diploma, Martin Luther King Scholarship, Fraser Bushy Memorial Award in memory of his wives, Elmira Rion, Ruby Pratt, and Irene Daniels, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Award, the Paul W. Chamberlain Memorial Award from the Champlain Knights of Columbus Council of 3525, and the First Presbyterian Church Scholarship.
Chantel Lee Carden.
High School Diploma, Paul W. Chamberlain Knights of Columbus Council 3525 Memorial Scholarship, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Award, the Christy Yell Memorial Scholarship.
Megan Elizabeth Casey.
Regents Diploma, the Ann Halstead Memorial Scholarship, the Richard and Thomas Mara Memorial Scholarship.
Brian Peter Chevalier.
Regents Diploma.
Amanda Margaret Clark.
Regents Diploma, John T. Zerlo Occupational Award, the Clinton County Masonic Award, Northeastern Clinton Central School Teacher Scholarship, and the Prairie Foundation Award.
Christopher William Clark.
Regents Diploma.
Jeremiah Scott Colby.
Regents Diploma, Arthur Atkill Scholarship, Northeastern Clinton Central School Teacher Scholarship, the Civil Service Employees Association Scholarship, the Burger King Award, and the Ronald LaFontaine Memorial Award.
Keith Bryant Cologne.
High School Diploma.
Jennifer Marie Kupal.
High School Diploma.
Nicholas John Kucher.
High School Diploma.
Charles John Cross.
Regents Diploma, and the Ray Marlowe Memorial Award.
Amy Lynn DeCoste.
High School Diploma, and the Champlain Telephone Company Scholarship.
Bradley John Delaney.
Regents Diploma.
Haley Patricia Desuro.
Regents Diploma, the Harold O'Neill Morris High School Alumni Scholarship, the New York State Scholarship for Academic Excellence, the Prairie Foundation Scholarship, New York State Lottery Scholarship, Wyatt Harris Federal Credit Union Award, Northeastern Clinton Central School Boosters Club Scholarship, the Walter Mitchell Memorial Award, the Rouse's Point Champlain Kiwanis Scholarship, several scholarships from Clarkson, including the Adirondack Scholar Award, the Leadership Award, and the Salutatorian Award.
Amanda Lindsay Dubuque.
Regents Diploma, the Peg Puckrow Memorial Scholarship, New York State Northeastern Zone of Retired Teachers Association Scholarship.
Rachel Ann Dutill.
Regents Diploma, New York State Scholarship for Academic Excellence, a Prairie Foundation Scholarship, Jacqueline and Victor Castine Memorial Award.
Lucas Allen Dutton.
High School Diploma.
Chad Michael Colbert.
Regents Diploma, as well as the Arthur Atwood Scholarship.
Corey James Favreau.
High School Diploma.
Emily Watson Favreau.
Regents Diploma.
Carrie Lynn Fortin.
High School Diploma, the Quality Food Management Incorporated Graduation Award.
Eric Lee Gadway.
Regents Diploma, New York State Scholarship for Academic Excellence, a Prairie Foundation Scholarship, a Cargill Scholarship, North Country Youth Hockey Award, Arthur Atwood Scholarship, Patrick Ray Fogle Memorial Award, Richard and Thomas Mera Memorial Award.
Lori Lynn Garrow.
High school diploma.
Jessica Teresa Gaudette.
High school diploma in the Woodman of the World Award.
Jonathan Neal Globe.
Regents diploma in the Arthur Atwood Scholarship.
Robert Alfred Kenneth Gaino.
Regents diploma, Moore's Alumni Scholarship, New York State Academic Excellence Scholarship, Elks Club International Foundation Scholarship, Adirondack Dental Scholarship, the Arthur Atwood Scholarship, Leeward Manette Memorial Scholarship, and the North Country Model United Nations Scholarship.
Nathan James Gregory.
High school diploma.
David Paul Gay.
High school diploma.
Michael Joseph Gay.
High school diploma.
Robert Allen Gay.
Regents diploma. George Lombard Scholarship, honoring teachers Doris King Ferns and Marjorie Kellogg. The Moores Knights of Columbus Council 6136 Scholarship, and the Northeastern Clinton Central School Teachers Association Scholarship.
James Michael Harvey.
Regents diploma in the Champlain Telephone Scholarship.
Shane Orlo Holbrook.
High school diploma.
Megan Emily Poole.
High school diploma.
Heather Rossi Jackson.
Regents diploma in the Adirondack Community Trust Scholarship.
Derek James Jefferson.
High school diploma.
Terry Lynn Jeanette.
High school diploma and James and Lois Todd Memorial Award.
Erin Elizabeth Johnson.
High school diploma.
Tabitha Ellen Juno.
Regents diploma. Moore's High School Alumni Scholarship, New York State Department of Corrections Scholarship, the Northeastern Clinton Central School Teachers Association Scholarship, the Jason Rushford Memorial Award, and the Woodman of the World Award.
Lauren Rachel Kavanaugh.
Regents diploma and the Bernard Davison Memorial Award.
Caitlin Jericho Keith.
Regents diploma and John Walker Bowron Scholarship.
Danielle Ray Kelsey.
High school diploma.
Myra Ann King.
Regents diploma, Northeastern Clinton Central School Teachers Association Scholarship, North Country Model United Nations Scholarship.
Randy Elizabeth Kissel.
Regents diploma, Northeastern Clinton Central School Key Club Scholarship, a Prairie Foundation Scholarship, Champlain Firemen's Auxiliary Scholarship, Northeastern Clinton Central School Health Careers Club Scholarship, and the Wyatt Harris Scholarship.
Nathan Richard Labret.
High school diploma.
Naomi Loretta LaFave.
Regents diploma, the Northeastern Clinton Central School Key Club Scholarship.
Leslie Ann Marie LaForest.
High school diploma.
Gary Matthew LeMay.
Regents diploma, Arthur Atwood Scholarship, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Scholarship, the Christy Yell Memorial Award.
Brent Thomas Langlois.
High school diploma, Clinton Community Foundation Scholarship, New York State Department of Corrections Scholarship.
Carlinda Marie Lapierre.
Allen Memorial Scholarship, Moore's Knights of Columbus Scholarship, New York State Academic Excellence Scholarship.
Melissa Ann Lapeer.
Regents Diploma.
Matthew Michael LaValle.
Regents Diploma in the St. Mary's Academy Scholarship.
Rebecca Lee Longton.
Regents Diploma in the Northeastern Clinton Central School Key Club Scholarship.
Rebecca Marie Mangum.
Regents Diploma, Northeastern Clinton Central School Key Club Scholarship.
Ryan Christopher Matat.
Regents Diploma, Civil Service Employees Association Scholarship.
Adam Edward Miller.
Regents Diploma, Arthur Atwood Scholarship, Michael Brassard Memorial Award.
April Ann Morgan.
Regents Diploma and the Wildlife Award.
Renee Nicole Norberry.
Regents Diploma and the Jamie Papin Memorial Scholarship.
Noreen Ann Pemberton.
Regents Diploma, Steve Manor Press Republican Scholarship, Northeastern Clinton Central School Health Careers Club Scholarship, and the Greg Yankee Memorial Scholarship.
Zachary Robert Perrin.
Regents Diploma, Northeastern Clinton Central School Boosters Club Scholarship, New York State Academic for Excellence Scholarship, a Prairie Foundation Scholarship, Northeastern Clinton Central School Student Council Steve Manor Memorial Award.
Chad Michael Poirier. Jason Michael Lavity.
High School Diploma,
Green Ann Sophie Racine.
High School Diploma,
Brandis Lynn Sample.
High School Diploma,
Jessica Lynn Sawicki.
High School Diploma in the Northeastern Clinton Central School Key Club Scholarship.
Richard Gregory Seguin.
Regents Diploma,
Remington Michael Shear.
High School Diploma,
Charles Howard Spring.
Regents Diploma, Regents Diploma and Key Bank Scholarship.
Kyra Jane Sturgeon.
High School Diploma,
Elizabeth Rose Tatro.
Regents Diploma and the Northeastern Clinton Central School Teachers Scholarship.
Megan Ann Torville.
Regents Diploma, Champlain Telephone Company Scholarship.
Deborah Ann Trombley.
Regents Diploma and the Prairie Foundation Scholarship.
Ashley Lauren Walter.
Regents Diploma, Danamon Federal Credit Union Scholarship. John Walker Bowerin Scholarship. Northeastern Clinton Central School Teachers Association Scholarship.
Heather Lynn Yakey.
High School Diploma,
Kendra Louise Young.
High School Diploma, and the Kristen M. Mills Memorial Scholarship.
Wajeb Wasim Asaf.
Regents Diploma, the Arthur Atwood Scholarship. John Chapter 520, Grand Chapter, the Order of the Eastern Star Award, and the Northeastern Clinton Central School Student Council Leadership Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2000 graduates of Northeastern Clinton Central School.